Hi everyone, today we have a 20-minute Pilates stretch and flow class. So we're gonna get started on the mat facing the side with our legs just underneath our hips. And just start by shifting your weight through the balls of your feet and then back into your heels. So you're just weight shifting forward and back, working through our ankles to create a little stability through our lower body here. And creating strength through our ankles at the same time. Just going forward and back. 3 more. 3, 2. You can raise your heels up a little bit. Last one. Now take your legs out wider. So going towards the corner edges of the mat. You can rotate open from your hips just a little bit. So your feet and your hips are at a diagonal. Lower down into a squat, and then as you lift on up, reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale to release, lower back down into your squat. So just repeating this movement here. Nice big exhale as you reach up and overhead, and then release all the way back down. Again, reach and press, and lower. Lifting on up, using your glutes to help you lift and engage as you come up to that nice full stand here. And lower back down. Finding that length through your spine as you reach your arms up and overhead. 3 more. 2. Last one. And lower down into your squat, going into a full stand, extending your arms back, and then lower back down. So warming up our lower body with intention. So you're not going too fast with this movement. You're focusing on how your squat looks like, making sure you're engaging through your thighs and through your glutes without putting any pressure through your low back here. Lower and lift. This is 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, hold it either halfway down or sink a little bit lower. So you're slightly engaging through your core. So think belly bend to spine. You're hinging from your hips. Chest is open. Lower down an inch and up an inch. Keeping the arches of your feet lifted. Pressing through your big toe, second toe, heel, and pinky toe. Lower and lift. 5 more. 5. Press. 4, 3, 2. Last one. You come all the way up to that stand, reaching your arms overhead, and release back down. So start by either rolling down one vertebrae at a time, or you can walk your hands down your thighs into neutral spine. So I'm gonna peel on down, finding the length through my back, finding that release, creating a little bit more space between each vertebrae. Reach down towards the mat and find your forward fold. So once you get down here, it's okay to bend your knees. You want to hinge from your hips. Try to lift your hips up a little bit higher so you get a deeper stretch. And then walk your hands out into downward dog. So keeping those heels lower down towards the mat. They may float off, and that's just fine. Your first downward dog is always about discovering where you are today. If your hamstrings are tight, if your back is a little sore, keeping the chest open. Think about engaging your shoulders onto your back to fully support your shoulders here. few more breaths. One more. And now step one leg forward. So you're going into a lunge. Keeping your back leg straight, sweep your arms up and overhead and circle them around. And then you can reach forward again. You can either round through your spine as you sweep forward, or you can keep a neutral spine here, making sure your hips are nice and even, and lift all the way back up. Again, reach and press, and lift. Getting that nice little chest expansion at the top. Reach and lift. Two more here. And up. Last one. Taking your hands into prayer, bending the back knee and lift all the way up. So really you're bending through both of your knees as you lower into a lunge and then lift. 8 more here. Working through both of your legs at the same time. 6, keeping that back heel lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2. On this last one, stay low. Extend your arms back as you lengthen through your back leg. So you're hinging from your hips. Hips are nice and squared off, and then lower back into your lunge. Reach and press, and then bend. 8 more here. Lengthen and lower. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring your hands down towards the mat, back into downward dog, lifting your hips up nice and high. And just lengthen through your heels. Getting that nice inversion in. So finding your body in this nice upside down V. Keep lifting your hips. Keep drawing your belly button towards your spine here. Couple more breaths. Now stepping forward with your opposite leg into that lunge. Back leg is straight. Lift on up. And you're going to sweep your arms forward. You can either round through your spine or lengthen. Do the same thing you did on the other side here. Reaching and pressing and lifting all the way back up. Getting that nice little chest expansion. So opening up the chest here. Again, reach. And then circle back. And press to open. 2 more. Last one. Hands come in towards the center of your chest. Shifting your weight so your weight is equal between both of your legs. Lower down into that lunge and lift back up. So knee stays over that ankle. Hips are nice and even here as you lower and lift. 8 more. This is 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Now lower on down into your lunge. Extend through your back leg. Open up your chest. As you hinge forward, keep drawing that rib cage in and together. And then lower back down into your lunge. Lift and extend as you hinge forward and lower back down. Be careful that your front hip is not rotating forward. You want to keep it back as you reach and lengthen and lower. 5 more here. This is 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now stepping your feet together, reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale to release. Now that leg that you had forward, you're going to take it back, keeping your chest open, keeping your hips nice and squared off. You may need to adjust this, so you may have a smaller or a more narrow stance here. You may take your leg back a little bit more. It's up to you. Lifting out of your hips, hinge it forward and start to walk your hands down towards the mat. So if you're having a hard time reaching down to the mat, you can always bend your front knee a little bit or a lot so you get that nice stretch through the back of your legs here without shifting your hips. So your hips are squared off so they're level and in line with each other. Getting that nice stretch through the back of our leg here. Using that breath to help you. One more breath. Now walk your back leg back even more into a runner's lunge. So lowering down, you can either keep your back leg extended or you can lower your knee down onto the mat, pressing your hips forward. So now you're getting a deeper stretch through both of your hips here. Or you can tuck your toes and just lengthen through that back leg. It's up to you. 3 more deep breaths. One more breath. Now extending your arm up towards the ceiling. Find that nice rotation through your spine, opening up your chest. At the same time, keeping those hips nice and level. And lower back down. Same thing now, but on the other side. Reach and extend. And lower back down. Now shifting your weight forward, extend your leg and flex your feet. If this is hard on your knee, you can always take a seat on the mat and reach it forward here. So you get that stretch through the back of your leg. Otherwise, you can stay in that hinge, making sure that the hips are even. That way you're not taking your leg forward here. And then lengthen through your spine as you reach forward. And then you can round if that feels a little bit easier and you're not holding tension. As long as you feel that stretch through the back of your leg here. Keep flexing your foot, bringing that pinky toe back towards your face. Last breath here, nice big inhale and exhale. Shift your weight forward back into that runner's lunge, tucking your toes under, bringing your feet together, switch it out. So stepping your leg back, hinging from your hips, you're leaning forward, keeping your hips nice and even. You may need to adjust the position of your foot. And then lean it forward so you get that nice stretch through the back of your leg here. Couple more breaths. And then you can lower it down into your runner's lunge, lengthening through your leg here. You can either keep your toes tucked under, knee off the mat, or you can lower your knee down and press your hips forward. Keeping that chest nice and open here. So you can choose whatever option feels best on your hips. And then a couple more breaths. Last one. And now you can extend your arm, find that length through your spine as you open up your chest. And lower back down. Same thing now, but on the other side. Reach and extend to open. And lower all the way back down. Now hinging from your hips, send them back, flex your foot. So now you're getting that stretch through your glute and through the back of your thigh here. You can also lower down onto the mat, so you can keep your bottom on the mat and take your legs slightly forward. So just repeat and do the same thing you did on this side as what you did on the other side. And then it's interesting because you can find different nuances with your body. So one side, your back and your glute may be super tight, and then the other side, it's more of your hamstring. So just paying attention to your body, finding where you can always improve and make some changes, and then be kind and forgiving. One more breath here. And then take your hands forward, bring your knees together, stay on all fours. So shoulders over your wrists, hips over your knees, rounding through your spine, and then lengthening to open up your chest into cat-cow. Couple more here. Round and lengthen. Just gaining that nice mobility. Last one. And release. So now lower down onto your forearms. We're finding our forearm plank here. Palms can be down on the mat, or you can turn and clasp your hands. You can either be in a half plank, feet pressed into the mat, hips are in line with the rest of your body, or you can tuck your toes under and lengthen into that full plank, just holding it here. Keep drawing navel to spine, finding that length through the crown of your head and slightly engaging your glutes. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down onto your knees. Separate your knees, sit back on your heels, and reach forward in that nice child's pose position. Couple more here. And now find your plank one more time. So finding the length through the crown of your head, sending your legs back. If you're in either a half plank or a full plank position, you can do the same thing. We have hip dips, rotating to one side and then the other. Being really careful, you're drawing belly button to spine and then slowly lowering that opposite hip down towards the mat without sinking it like this. So you want to find that engagement through your waistline. Think about activating your obliques. So you're shortening your waistline as you dip one hip down and then the other. And press. You have 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back through center, lower down back into child's pose one more time. Sitting back on your heels and extending your arms. Nice big inhale through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. One more breath here. And then roll it on up. Let's sweep our legs in front and just have one leg forward and one leg out to the side. If this doesn't feel good, you could always cross at your ankles here. And then you're going to take your arm out to the side. You can lower down onto your forearm as you go into a nice side bend, getting that stretch through your low back here as you reach around. And lift all the way back up. Again, nice big inhale. Exhale to reach. And lift. One more. Nice big inhale. Exhale to reach. And now take your arms out to the sides of your mat and press your hands into the mat, opening up your chest. So you're going to lift up that back hip. That's okay. It's going to rotate inward. Get a little nice spiral through your spine. You can also come up to spider fingers here. That's fine too. Opening up that chest. And then circle your arms. Let's stretch, reaching towards the other side. And release back down. So same thing but on the other side, just switching out your legs. Think heavy hips here, reaching up and over. Again, finding that length through your side body and lift all the way back up. Again, nice big inhale. Exhale to reach. And lift. One more here. Now rotate, taking your hands out to the corner edges, opening up your chest. You can also place your hands down on the mat, and you're going to feel that rotation through your hip. Still keeping that chest nice and open. And then you can circle your arms up and around, reaching towards the opposite side as you get that last stretch in. And release. Now you can crisscross your legs and reach your arms up and overhead. Nice big inhale. Exhale to release and take your arms down by your sides. Again, reaching your arms up and overhead. And release. And on this last one, really reach your arms, find that lift through your chest, bring the palms of your hands together, and then just bring it in towards the center of your chest, opening up through your chest and finding that connection through your back. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you next time. Bye.